It's Mikey and Bill. Welcome to the farm. We are taking a trip over to the fix-it shop, but we're not fixing anything today. We're going to be hauling off all this dirt that hubby dug up out of the pond spillway and dumping it in our garden areas to give us some good garden soil this year. Fingers crossed, everything is going to do good. And y'all, you see, all that snow that we had is melted away. We are at 72 degrees. Hubby and I are out here in t-shirts. I'm in shorts. It's crazy. Our South Carolina weather is always like this. It's cold one day, hot and warm the next day. And weather like this sure gets you antsy to start planting, y'all. I just wanted to tell all of you thank you so much for all of the birthday wishes you sent to me. Y'all made my day so special. And old hubby here, y'all, I've got a good one. He did really good. Who would have ever thought this city girl would be wanting a milking station for a birthday gift? But anyway, we've got a lot of work to do today. Y'all come along with us. We are so glad to have y'all here. We have had so many new subscribers to our channel. Want to welcome all of you to our Farm Life family.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming over and supporting us, and all of you that have given us a shout out and been spreading the news around to help us out with our watch hours, y'all. Thank you so much. We are getting up there, and we still got a little ways to go. So if you don't mind, continue watching our videos. Put us in your watch later list. I had somebody suggest that I make a master list of all of our videos. So I've made 2 master lists, one for our videos and a separate one for all of our short videos. So you can actually take those master lists and play them all at one time, or put all of them in your watch list later, or whatever it's called. And just let it play on through. And you know, if you have a chance, make sure you're leaving comments on our videos, because that helps the algorithm get our videos out there, and it also helps you to stay subscribed to the channels that you enjoy watching. If you're watching channels that you really enjoy watching and you're not giving a thumbs up or any comments, the system will take you off of that channel as a subscriber. So make sure that you're going back through all of the channels, not just ours, all the channels that you enjoy watching. Make sure that you are still subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you'll be reminded or alerted when any new videos are posted, because you know, it's not just about us. It's a community effort, and we all enjoy supporting each other, and we greatly appreciate our community support in helping us get up there. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Y'all, we're off to the races, I guess. I'm definitely gonna lose this race, y'all. An excavator is not exactly quick. All right, y'all, we're gonna have to do a little bit of change of plans. She just got in the fence. Hey, come here, man. I don't think we're gonna want to put this stuff in the garden.
Why, what you got?
It's full of grass.
Oh.
Y'all, if y'all remember, probably in previous videos when we was videoing, it was shallow and grass was actually growing in it. It's like field grass or something. Y'all can see it's already turning green. See that shoot right there? Yeah. So it is absolutely slap full of that grass. We had enough problems with the grass in the garden last year, so I surely do not want to take grass up there to the garden. So we're just going to go ahead and go up there and plow that up. I'm going to park the excavator back up under the shed, and I'm going to level this out real quick before I do. And come on up to the garden with us, and we're going to go ahead and get that disced up and get that ready.
You always find something that comes up, and things don't always go as planned sometimes, and you just move on to the next thing. So we're at a change of plans, and like I told everybody, you know, you tend to find out on the farm that whenever you think you're going to get something accomplished, 9 times out of 10, once you get into it, you find that there's a change of plans. Yes. So we are just going to go with the flow today. We do have some onions to plant. We've got to get those in the ground. And today, y'all, like we said, is such a nice day to be outside. So instead of moving all this dirt up to the garden, we are going to go up there, get it plowed under real good, and try to get these onions in the ground.
Some cement blocks up here. They wasn't making it bite in enough. I'm gonna try this. It's probably about 150 pounds. And if you look over here, my granddaddy made this thing. He welded his initials into it, DWJ. So he made this thing a long time ago. It was actually meant to heat his greenhouse. He built it to go in his greenhouse and keep that warm.
So do you want to tell everybody what that actually is?
It's a wood burning stove.
For those of y'all that don't know.
And I didn't have anything that weighed as much. I couldn't put that many cement blocks on there. And this was good and square, so I sat it up there with a little straining and got it tied, ratcheted down. So hopefully it's going to be enough weight to make it bite in. When we go back down to the agri supply, we are definitely going to get 4 more discs, because we replaced these and they're biting in pretty good.
Yeah.
These over here are so wore out that they're not doing absolutely nothing.
Y'all, we need some new discs.
Yeah, this one here's missing.
There's a couple of them.
Missing half.
Half of it.
Yeah, this one's split completely, almost in half. So they're wore out.
And y'all, this is just what you do on a budget. You just make do with what you got.
Yeah.
And this right here is prime example of what we are trying to do here, is get back to our old roots. And old hubby here making stuff instead of spending the money at commercial box stores.
Yeah.
When you can actually make your own.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go buy like a new set of discs or one of the rototillers to go behind the tractor, but they're expensive, y'all. A set of discs is around $1,500 to $1,800, and a rototiller, the cheapest one I've seen, they start at about $23,000 to $3,000. Depends on if you want gear driven or belt driven. And I still am not certain which one to get, gear driven or the belt driven. I'm still waiting to see which one tears up the most, and I'm gonna buy the other one eventually. But this will get us through another year, and maybe one of the auctions or something like that, we'll run across a nice set of used discs or something. So,
as hubby says, it is what it is.
it is what it is.
But if any of y'all are questioning and want to know where hubby got his ingenuity and his making and putting together and building skills, I would definitely say it's from him spending a lot of time with his poppy when he was younger.
Yeah, and I'm not certain that this is going to be enough weight to do it. It is only one single row of discs, where the other discs have 4 sets. So these are 2, so it'll be 2 more back here. So it is what it is. It's just a small tractor disc. It's not meant to do big, huge gardens and stuff like that. But we're going to make it work for what we need right now.
Yeah, let's see if it works, how it does. We're dragging Poppy around behind the tractor.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be proud?
Yeah, he would. He would have got on there and rode. That's what I done, tried to get on there, but
yeah.
I'm getting in my age now, and the thought of falling down in them discs and cutting my toes or my foot off or something.
Not the safest thing.
No, it isn't.
So we're going to try something a little bit safer. We're just going to drag Poppy behind the tractor.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm happy with it, not happy with it. The soil is soft. I turned this over at the beginning of the year. Actually, before the beginning of the year, last year, I turned it over about 1.5 feet, 2 foot deep. The soil is soft. It's all the wood chips and the leaves that we put on it that are making it very difficult to plow and get them tilled in. This right here with the part we're going to use turned out really good, so we're going to go ahead and get the onions and stuff planted in here and get those done, and then just keep working on that. And then we have the upper garden right there that I still have to plow a disc up. So like I say, it is what it is. The leaves will finish breaking down, the wood chips will finish breaking down. Right now they're just, the plows wanting to float over the top of them because they're so hard and it's like a layer, and I put them on so thick. So, which is a good thing later on, just right now when you're trying to disc it up right now. So let's go ahead and get them onions planted and go from there, y'all.
Well, y'all, another unproductive moment.
Yes.
Because I came inside and checked some notes. And y'all, I have been trying to study up on planting by the moon signs. And I want to share this information with y'all as we go along this year. This is something entirely new to me. And quite frankly, a different language that I, as a city girl, that knows nothing about gardening, is taking a while for me to comprehend and take in all of this information. So,
I don't know nothing about it neither. My granddaddy, I do know, used to plant by the moon sign, but I never paid any attention to that. I just know he did it.
Right. And a lot of our elders, I mean, they were very adamant planting by the moon phases.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just wanted to try it this year, just to see, you know, is this something that we need to start considering every year when we plant, or is this just a little, you know, hoax, you know, that it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just plant per month when you need to get things in the ground. So,
and I always heard like Good Friday. Get your garden in the ground, Good Friday.
Good Friday. Yes, that's what we've heard. And so anyway, y'all, we thought we were going to go up there, get this soil up in the garden so we could have some good garden soil this year. Well, that didn't fare out because we don't want to add grass and weeds into the garden that we've been so busily trying to get out of the garden. Yeah. So we thought, okay, we'll go up there, get it worked up really good, tilled up real good. We'll go up there and we will get our onions in the ground. And these onions we had picked up from Mr. David at Wagner Milling Company probably about a month ago.
Yeah, about a month ago.
A little over a month
ago. Yeah.
So anyway, and we've been sitting on these onions waiting to plant them. And I was so excited to get them in the ground today, y'all, because according to my notes, the 30th and the 31st are good days to plant. And what I mean by that, not only are there planting by the moon signs, you also have to consider what is called best days. So I've been kind of trying to study up on both, and I will try to share some of this information with y'all today. I hope I'm not confusing y'all being all over the place right now with this. All right, so looking at my calendar, we were at a new moon on January the 29th, and this is 2025. So what that means is our moon phase is growing bigger, gaining more light as it gets to the full moon stage, which means we are in a waxing period. So with that being said, and looking on my notes, y'all, on planting onions, and luckily we're still good. We can plant our onions here in South Carolina up until through March.
Yeah.
This is some information that I wanted to share along with y'all too, as far as planting your onions. that may help you have a much better onion harvest this year as well. So the first thing on my notes is normally we would be planting our onions here in our zone in mid-January. However, that didn't work out for us because of the winter storms that came in, all the cold, all the snow that was coming in, so we had to hold off.
Yeah, and let me bring something up while she's talking about the zones. I just looked up, and we did not even know, the Department of Agriculture in 2012 turned our planting zone from 8A to now we are 8B. And I didn't even know it until I looked it up, and one was saying 8A and one was saying 8B, and I'm like, that don't make no sense. And she had down, I think, what, 8A?
No, I think I was telling you 8B.
Yeah.
Because that was what, whenever I was looking up, and that may be something that y'all want to check in your area as well, because I know that a lot of planting zones that you thought you were in have changed because of the different weather patterns that we've had over the past couple of years. So your zone for your planting may have changed.
Yeah.
So be sure y'all check on that in your area. And you can do that. There is a website. I'll try to link it in the description below to this video. The Farmer's Almanac has a website, and you can actually go in, type in your zip code, and it will tell you when is the best time to plant things in your area and give you an idea what zone you're in and things like that. It's a really good website to get a lot of useful information on how to plant your fruits, your vegetables, when to plant them, when you can sow your seeds indoors or outdoors based on either your frost dates or by your moon phase dates. So it's really a lot of useful information. In planting onions, you don't have to worry about predators with your onions. So onions need loose dirt with compost, and you can actually make your own compost using black cow and sun grow. And on onions, you can use 1 bag of sun grow and 1 bag of black cow and mix that together.
50-50.
And it depends on your bed size. So
50-50 mix, y'all. And if y'all remember, we did plant onions last year, and they did extremely good. I mean, we had some giant onions come out of it.
Yeah, they did. Some of them did better than others. Yeah. I feel like. And you know, I don't even know when we planted our onions last year.
I don't either.
So we're gonna just try this different this year and see how it is. I also have a note in here too. If you have sandy soil, black cow is good for sandy soil. And sand also provides a lot of drainage. And sand is also not a living soil.
Yeah.
So you need to put, you know, those microorganisms into that soil to give it the nutrition that it needs. If you're looking over me while I'm going through this and skipping,
I'm looking. I'm learning too, y'all. Because what we done, I think honestly, we might have. Yeah, we went to Sal's last year, and she just had the onions out. It didn't mean it was time to plant them, but in my mind, I didn't really pay attention to that or think about that. We got the onions, and I think we came home and planted them within a couple of days. And I didn't even think to see when to plant them. I just figured, okay, they at the feed and seed store, it's time to plant them.
Right. So I've got a note here, and hopefully this isn't confusing, because sometimes I confuse myself whenever I write things down. Once you get your bed established, each year all you would have to do is add in your compost, because like I said, you're wanting to feed and fertilize the microbes. So you're not actually fertilizing the plant, you're fertilizing the microbes when the soil is nice and black. So be sure you are fertilizing your beds. And a good fertilizer for things like this is the tomato tone.
Yeah.
A lot of people use and tend to go to the garden tone, but if you actually look on the bag, the tomato tone is better than the garden tone.
Yeah.
So that's what we use, and you would use the tomato tone once a month. A small bag should last you an entire month. You can just go through and, you know, sprinkle a little bit down your rows, and when you water, when you put the tomato tone down, which I've made this mistake, I will sit there and water it until it completely dissolves. And that is the wrong way to do it, because then you're actually over fertilizing, and you want it to just break down over a period of time. So you don't, when you put your tomato tone down to fertilize, don't overwater it until it is completely dissolved, because you want all those nutrients in the fertilizer to break down over a period of time throughout the month. So just water as regularly, and don't water it until, don't water it until it disappears.
Yeah, don't excessively water them, just water it as needed.
Okay, so this is some good information, because, you know, I would tend to think when planting an onion to dig a hole, and let me go grab. Hold on, I'm going to put y'all off and start back and go get my bag of onions real quick. Y'all, they were sitting down right beside me. I didn't even realize it. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out of the bag. All right, so I have a little small onion here. I'm going to pull that off. I have a small onion here. I would think to bury that, dig a hole and put it in the ground. Well, that is actually the wrong way to plant an onion. So let's grab this pot over here. Maybe we can show a little bit how. Now, this is just a pot of soil, and I don't know, do you want to grab the camera off?
Yeah. Well, I can turn it down there.
Yeah, here, let's do it this way. I just want to show. So when you're planting your onion, y'all, this is old dirt, and it needs to be reworked up. You're actually wanting to stick your onion on top of the ground. I don't know.
I'm sure you probably dig a little bit.
Just a little bit. But the onion itself, yeah, you don't want to bury it. You do not want to bury the entire onion in the ground. You want that onion, and of course, if this was actually loose soil, I could probably show y'all better. So this is one of those moments where it's kind of like a blooper type reel that you're just videoing as you're going along, and you know. Okay, so we're going to loosen up this soil a little bit. We're just going to do, so I'm just going to stick my onion in the soil. I don't think they saw me do that. So I've loosened that up, and y'all see, it's just sitting there. So on onions, you're wanting to constantly pull the dirt away from it. You can actually, once it starts growing, what it's going to do is those roots on that onion are going to start pulling this onion down into the dirt. So it'll eventually start burying itself down into the dirt. So you periodically want to come out. You can use a paintbrush to do this, but you want to brush the dirt away from the top of that onion. You don't want the onion to bury itself completely into the soil. So the difference between planting onions versus, let's say, potatoes, when you're planting your potatoes, you actually want to add dirt, soil to those potatoes. For onions, you're wanting to brush that dirt away. The bigger they get and the more they're pulling themselves down into that soil, you want to stay on top of it and just brush that dirt on the top of it away so they're not completely burying themselves. So two different vegetables, but two different ways to plant.
Yeah.
So back on when is the right time for us in our zone to plant onions. So I was looking at my calendar and I was like, oh, today is a fruitful day. And let me explain to y'all what I mean by that. We are As of right now, recording this video, January the 31st, 2025. We are in a waxing phase of our moon, which means the moon is getting more luminant as it gets closer to a full moon. That means what is happening right now is more moisture is being put into the soil as the moon gets closer and closer to the full moon stage. And I said something to y'all about best days to plant. Well, today we are in the zodiac sign of, and I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Pisces. Pisces is considered to be a very fruitful time to plant. So that was our thought, you know, hey, we've got to get these onions in the ground. We're past our January 15th date to get them in here. So today being a good day, according to the zodiac sign of being very fruitful, let's go ahead and get them in. However, I failed to look at the rest of my notes, and what moon phase we're in is not the right time for us to be planting these onions.
It says on there certain types of plants are better planted during the waxing of the moon, and certain types of plants are better planted during the waning of the moon.
Right. Because of the fact that a lot of moisture is being pulled into the soil right now, because we are in a waxing phase, is not the best time to plant our onions. And we want to wait until we're in the waning stage of the moon sign. So basically, what this all means is we want to plant our annual flowers, fruits and vegetables that bear crops above the ground, such as corn, tomatoes, watermelon, and zucchini during the waxing phase of the moon. And that is, like I said, from the day the moon is new until the day it is full. And as the moonlight increases, plants are encouraged to grow leaves and stems. So, like I said, we're wanting to wait until our waning phase, and let me explain to y'all why. Plants flowering bulbs, biennial and perennial flowers, and vegetables that bear crops below the ground, such as onions, carrots, and potatoes. You need to do this during the waning of the moon, and that is from the day after it is full until the day before it is new again. As the moonlight decreases, plants are encouraged to grow roots, tubers, and bulbs. So, I'm looking at my calendar, y'all, and we're trying to figure out when in February, because we'll be in February, would be the right time according to the moon phase and the best day of the zodiac sign. Our full moon will occur on February the 12th, 2025. So we will be in a waxing phase all the way up until then. So starting February 13th, all the way until the day before our new moon, which will be February 27th. So we have from February 13th until February 26th to plant our onions. But you take the next phase of this and take a look at your best days of your zodiac sign. So February 13th will be in Virgo. And according to the zodiac, Virgo is a barren sign. So that will not be a good time to plant. So the 13th and the 14th are out. The 15th, which will be the sign of Libra, is semi-fruitful. So that would be on a Saturday. The 16th will also be in a Libra phase, but according to all this moon phase study that I've been doing, they say that you do not want to plant anything on Sunday. And that's what a lot of these old timers stress very highly, that you did not want to plant on Sunday. The 17th will be in Scorpio, and that will be from the 17th through the 19th. And that is considered a fruitful phase. And then we are at the 20th, will be in the Sagittarius zodiac sign, and that is considered barren. The 22nd will be in Capricorn from the 22nd through the 24th, and that is somewhat productive. The 25th through the 26th will be in Aquarius. That is inclined to be barren. And then the 27th, we're at a new moon again, so we don't want to plant anything there. Based on all this information that I've put together, when do you suggest would be the best time to plant our onions?
Looks like the 17th, 18th, and 19th of February.
So we are going to get back with y'all, and I guess this will be a continued video, but we will still continue working up our garden, getting it tilled up really good, and see what we need to do, if we need to bring any of our compost in to help work that soil up too. And looks like we'll be planting our onions February 17th through the 19th here, y'all. And let me tell you, if any of y'all have any questions about the moon phases or the zodiac sign, reach out to me. Our email is in our homepage. I also list our email here in the description of all of our videos. It's pretty interesting. And this little calendar that we picked up from Wagner Milling Company, y'all can get these if you have a local mill in your area or co-op or anything like that. They will probably have these calendars. Pretty interesting information. But we're going to try this year, y'all. And I apologize for this video being completely all over the place, thinking that we were going to do this and that and that and this.
We thought we was going to get something done, y'all.
And none of it happened. So, but you know, I think a lot of times we all feel like that when we have something that we have on our mind that I'm going to get this done today. And then it doesn't happen. We tend to get down on ourselves and feel like we didn't accomplish anything that day. But however, we don't need to look at it that way. Even though we didn't get done what we anticipated to get done, we still got something accomplished. And we're just going to keep working. And maybe it was just a sign that the garden wasn't ready for the onions yet, because it needs a little bit more work and a little bit more tilling. So, you know, there's always a reason for everything, and always look for the positive in any situation, and always take something good out of every good or bad situation, because there's always something good to be found in anything. So I guess that's it for our video today, y'all. I hope I helped a little bit, give you some information on the proper way to plant your onions if you haven't planted them yet, and when we are going to be planting our onions here in South Carolina, Zone 8B now. So, and y'all be sure to go check out the Farmer's Almanac website if you have any questions about your zone area, how to plant anything, and reach out to us. We'll try to answer any questions that we can as well, and help you along this journey if you too would be interested in planting by the moon signs or the zodiac.
Make sure y'all also pull up the Department of Agriculture and make sure y'all's zone hadn't changed. I have a shot to see ours have changed. It's been that way ever since I was born. Right.
So Zone 8, right? Zone 8. So anyway, but we are in 8B. So we went from A to B. I guess we're digressing here. But it is what it is, right, hubby?
It's what it is.
Again, thank y'all so much for all the birthday wishes. That just meant so much to me. And we appreciate y'all coming along with us on this journey and learning with us as we're learning as we go. And if you have any suggestions or want to make a comment on anything that you can help us, our viewers and our subscribers, tips, suggestions, please post them in the comments, because we all learn from each other. And we're just going to keep growing here, y'all. As long as you come along with us and help us grow, we'll keep growing.
That's right.
Y'all take care out there. Be safe. God bless.
God bless.
Y'all come back and see us.